G'day, welcome to SNOTBLOX. I'm Owen.
I'm Greg.
We have an audience. He's not talking. No, he's definitely not talking. Okay,
Yes.
what are we doing in this?
So this whole idea has sort of arisen from a stereotype that I'm familiar with, that I'm assuming a lot of people are familiar with, where basically the manly approach to something like modular furniture, like the sort that you would get from IKEA, is to not look at the instructions at all. The man will simply assume that he knows how the thing goes together, and just put it together based on the picture on the front, and then of course there'll be a whole lot of screws left over at the end, and then as soon as someone goes to put something on a shelf, the whole thing collapses.
Real men don't read instructions.
That's right.
And we are real men, so we're not going to read the instructions.
Yep. So
on these glorious Lego kits.
We figured it made sense to try it with Lego.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have two of this set here.
Two copies of the same set. They're still sealed. Neither of us have ever built this set. And we're going to try and build them. So we're going to try and build the Formula 1 car this time.
Because there's three different builds for this set.
Yep. Here are the instructions, which we will not read. Throw them at the cat. She's not happy.
That's a lot of bits.
And because it's a creator kit, they probably won't use every single one of them, so this could get really confusing.
In true manly style, I'm going to assume most of these pieces are not necessary for the structure of this build.
Yep, and in true manly style, I'm going to annoy anyone who's currently wearing headphones.
Alright. So I'm going to set up my box in front of me so that I know exactly how to build this thing.
I'm going to start with the simple part.
As in putting the tyres on the wheel.
Yep, because we know how that works.
Yeah, we have some confidence.
A bit of quick preemptive sorting.
Get a nose cone. Oh, sorting.
Look, real men may not read the instructions, but they sometimes actually bother to sort things first. They know what they're working with.
I follow an alternate school of thought.
Yeah, I know.
Now the irony of this approach, of course, is that you're looking at the outside, and so you're going to end up
The outside's going to look great.
You're going to start with the bits on the ends, which would normally be the last bits that you'd actually put onto the kit. Because normally Lego builds from the base up.
Started strong here by building a front spoiler.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
I just dropped a piece as well.
Good stuff.
And so it begins. Let me see if the back of the box. No, the back of the box doesn't help much.
It's
basically the same
alternate
photo.
perspectives.
Yeah. I thought I might be able to see some sort of difference, but no, it's not helping.
It sounds like almost like shit.
Yeah, I know. I'll stop at once. So I suppose this is because it's a creator kit and it's designed to make several different things. Sometimes the part you're looking for turns out to be different because it's got a multitask. So I was just looking for a 3x2, and I think you're meant to actually use two 3x1s next to each other.
I think some of these colours look different in the picture from real life.
I find that in instructions all the time. Not so much the covers of boxes, but
This goes on the back of
particularly the way they, they have some metallic-y parts.
Yes.
I find those look very strange in the instructions. They never look metallic to me. So that and that.
Those look like hinges.
So I've got
they're
a
those.
glorious front spoiler, and I've got two glorious side intakey bits. I'm pretty sure all that's right, but
I just dropped the smallest piece I could.
so did I. The piece I dropped before was a 1x1 round stub.
Yep, that's what I dropped too. Good stuff.
Yep.
See, for my part,
Consummate skill.
I've gone also for the front spoiler with some of the rear vision mirrors and the steering wheel. And I was also inspired a bit by the side. So one of the tricks here seems to be to try and commit all the pieces where you have some confidence of where they go.
Yeah, I've got confidence about where this goes, but it doesn't go there, so
good stuff.
That's
Oh no. Ooh. Oh, I really onto something there.
So while we're being onto something and our entire audience is switching off because they're really bored,
Yes.
because it's just us poking at things, we should probably be entertaining or something. Yeah.
Do you care to be entertaining?
Well, I thought we could explain at least where the name of the show came from.
Well,
which was all my fault.
as so many things are.
And most things are my fault, yeah. I'm willing to take the blame for all sorts of stuff, up to and including World War II somehow. So you're familiar with SNOTBLOX?
I'm familiar with SNOTBLOX.
And you're familiar with how there's more than one kind of snot block. There's snot blocks in Lego.
Yes,
which is...
I am vaguely aware of this term.
Studs not on top. So we thought snot blocks was a nice pun for Lego fans, because we know snot standing for studs not on top, but in Australia it's got another meaning.
A particularly delicious meaning.
A particularly delicious meaning. These are snot blocks.
Vanilla slice.
Yes, vanilla slice. Finest of the slices.
So I've now constructed a rear spoiler,
there.
and I'm hoping that this is how it hooks up to the rest of the car.
Yeah. I'm hoping that too, because that looks a lot like the way I'm trying to construct one.
It'll be somewhat amusing if we actually end up with an identical build.
Could be, yeah.
Something goes underneath
Yeah, that must work roughly like that.
Could go with blind assumptions here.
I am going with blind assumptions here.
Best kind of assumption.
Yeah, I'm blindly assuming wildly over here.
Okay, there's going to be some serious blindness going on in the inner workings of this thing.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You can't see, the picture on the front doesn't give away very much. I reckon we'll probably have one of them.
Right now I'm struggling with how these side bits here actually are connected to the inner workings of the
Yes.
car. Because you can't see anything in terms of the driver's cockpit.
Yeah, there's a way they must be
What's this
attached.
bit for?
That might be a spare.
I don't
I'm hoping
believe
there's
you.
only one of them.
Hello.
I'm thinking
Right,
this
That's
must
starting to
be
take shape.
something about it, and it goes on like so. I haven't worked out how this attaches to this, but I've got pieces.
brute force.
Brute force, yes.
Jam it
That's
on.
clearly exactly how it goes together.
A little bit of glue up
And I
front.
think that means I can start actually putting the engine on. So I've now got this as my rear assembly. Not totally sure how it attaches to the front assembly, and I've got to work out how the wheels get stuck to it. And oh, I've messed something up here.
This sounds promising.
Yeah, it does. There's these little bits, these little grills that I didn't notice, need to go somewhere behind the side intakey bits.
Well, this could be how the
Well, there are
back
four of
half of the
these.
car goes together. The irony being, I still haven't used the main plate that this whole car is built around.
Yeah, neither have I, and it comes with two of them.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying that there's two.
I think it's quite possible that you only need one of them in this particular build, and I suspect it goes on the bottom and links what are effectively two separate modules that make up the car,
That's
which I've so far
clearly
got.
wrong.
So if that goes like that instead,
Oh yeah, that is clearly wrong.
and that goes on there, and I think I've worked out where I was going wrong with those little grilly bits.
Something has, I haven't left enough room for
I
those.
think there's now these little grilly bits here. Keep pointing at the one facing towards me because I can see not the one facing towards the camera. Those grilly bits there, I think. Now I can stick all the engine stuff back that I have to take off.
Something's gone terribly wrong here.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't worked out how to hide these little bits.
I'm going to hide away from you. I've just figured that out and shown
No!
the audience, and they're probably laughing at me because I got it wrong or something.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah, we can. Well, you can.
Oh, that's all
Put it
terrible.
in there.
Give me a good picture. What am I looking at there? I want that to go there.
So I think I've got the back part of the car working now, I think. A bit concerned because there's a lot of technique projecting out the back, and you can't really see that area of the car in the photo, but it doesn't seem like there should be that much stuff sticking out the back.
I really feel like I'm just making stuff up now. It doesn't fit here. These vents go under the edges of this thing, except that when they do that, this also needs to sit tight under the edge of its fin, according to the picture. Then that doesn't leave room for the wheels.
Yes, I have my own theory about how that works, and I seem to be going slightly wrong about it, but I've got something.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not
This
sure.
looks suspiciously like a car.
It looks very suspiciously car-like. This is my advantage over Greg being that I build lots of cars.
I do not spend a lot of time building cars.
No.
I don't know how you've sorted this thing at the back.
Ooh.
My conundrum
Maybe
is
that.
that
Maybe these bits go in there.
I could lift the whole thing with that back piece.
They could go in there.
Can I help
So
you?
these white bits.
No.
I mean, this being a creator set, there's probably leftover pieces. But I'm going to try putting those in there to make it a bit tougher. And because that means I've got less worrying leftover pieces staring me in the face. And now I've just knocked everything off the table again.
I cannot work out what you've done with this tail assembly. to
Probably
get
done it
around
wrong
the
is
edges.
what I'm thinking.
Yes, but it goes together, which is
Yeah.
a step ahead of me. So I'm confident that that goes like that. But I'm not certain.
Have you got 3 little white round studs?
Yep.
Right, I've got 3 as well, so that's. I was just making sure I hadn't lost
Curl
one because I
one.
thought of something that they could have worked for, but it required 4 of them. So if you've also got 3, it's probably not going to be that.
Oh, that's wrong. I'm assuming the big black brackets are used to hold on the side bits because they're the
That's
largest.
what I'm assuming. That's what I did with them. Could be wrong, but that's what I did with them. I've just worked out what the yellow 6x1's for.
I remain baffled by certain components here.
Yeah, I've ended up with this. It looks substantially like the picture, except I'm kind of worried about at the back here. There's a lot of technique sticking out. There seems to be a lot of stuff sticking out the back, and I'm not sure it's meant to stick that far out the back. Oh, wait a minute! Well, I just worked out what I did wrong back then.
None of this sounds promising from my perspective.
No, I realise that. We are invaded
Yeah.
by a wild.
This is more tricky than it looks.
Yes. I've thought I've had this thing finished for like the last 10 minutes. And I keep realising that it's not, and I've done something else wrong. But I think I might be declaring this one finished
Okay.
and lovingly placing it here, and then watching Greg and laughing.
Witness me.
I will witness you. I will witness your incompetence.
Yeah, because that's not going to work. Because it's going to clash with the axle. No. I'm hoping that as soon as someone actually touches that, it falls apart, because that would sort of fulfill.
No. Damn. Replay here. Oh my god.
I am on the brink of giving up on this.
I think you're substantially right for a lot of it.
Yeah, there are certainly things that have not gone right, and those things are bothering me. I'm assuming that this comes all the way to there. Oh, what goes under there? As you can see, I'm defeated. So if I'm just going to sort of slap some stuff together to give it a semblance of a...
See if you can get it to at least look roughly right.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we'll have a look at the instructions and
I
start
feel,
slapping ourselves in the face.
I feel I should
How did I do that?
put the wheels on, because I think that would...
Make it look more like a car.
It will greatly lift the overall tone of my model. So as you can see from the front, my car looks lovely and magnificent. But if you look to the side, it is somewhat stretched. I feel that I've given the driver a lot more room than, than he was meant to have in the original.
Well, I think you've given him less room, haven't you?
Oh, actually, yeah, that does actually look like quite a tidy cockpit.
Yeah, you compare my cockpit, it's a lot more luxuriously sized, and I think we've got most of the main components right.
Yeah.
It's bringing them together, but
Yeah, well, I think it's fair to say that mine is not really an accurate representation of how it's meant to be done. I also find it interesting that when you look at the picture here, you can see that it's pretty clearly a single black stripe that's showing behind the driver's seat, whereas Owen's is
It's too thick, you're
it's
right.
2 plates thick, so
You're right.
I know.
I hadn't actually
I'm
noticed that.
comforted with the knowledge that there's definitely something that's not right there.
I got carried away there and forgot to check back on the box. I went, oh, this is working.
See, I noticed when I had 2
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, dear, oh dear.
I think it might be time for us to have a look at the
Have a
instructions.
look at the instructions. They're over here somewhere on the floor. Yeah, 1x1 studs. I put them in there and I thought that's definitely not where they go.
You serious?
But I'm
You
just gonna
you
put-
actually just picked that.
I did, look, they're in there.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I put them in there and I thought it was meant to be a black
Oh.
1x2.
That's where the 6x1 goes.
Yes. Yeah, that's looking basically what I did. That. Now, I actually
the
didn't
ones you
use this
used
quite
to
this
hold
way.
on.
Oh, and then, you see, I've used that to lift things up.
That's where your double
For,
height.
that's where my
is
double
on.
heights come. That's meant to actually be in there at the base. Yes. Yes.
Driver's meant to sit on it.
And no one can see what we're talking about because we've gone off camera.
Yeah.
We're talking about,
Yes, this is a discovery.
This.
Yeah.
yes.
Black pieces.
Neither of us have done that, have we? 4.
They all go together.
Yeah, all going together at the back. I've got, basically that's happening in mine, but... Well,
You're now at the stuff where it was late in the build, so you can actually see it in the final picture. So
Yes.
assuming you got the rest right, these things would be easy.
now, I do have mine in there, those grill pieces.
Those pieces were causing me no end of grief.
I know I was looking over and containing my mirth because I figured out where they went by then. You didn't use those parts, did
No,
you?
I didn't. And I couldn't see them in the picture, right?
No, I couldn't, but I originally put the engine on and it seemed too low.
Took me a little while
This
to figure this out,
is
but I think I
the
got it in the end.
spoiler. It does actually use the white
Oh, it does
bumpy
use
bit,
it.
presumably to keep it at a specific height or just because it was there.
Probably just because it was
I
there.
think it's just because it was there. So, substantially right. From the outside it actually looks pretty right.
Yeah, it does.
But some fairly big things wrong on the inside.